Okay. Well, thank you. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Light here on 91.7 WLFR Pomona. I thank you for that well thought out response.
And I didn't know you were going to answer that either.
I know, and I will just say, as well, not as usual. I would say 90% of what you say, I agree with.
And believe me,
to me, history does not bear out some of the things that you're saying, but I hope that I'm wrong.
Well,
because here's the thing: if you check the tape, I said definitely Donald Trump could be president both times. People told me you crazy, he's not going to get elected. I said, you're not familiar with your history books. People said he was going to get convicted because he was guilty. I said, obviously, you were asleep during the Oliver North trials. I do not have the faith in America to do the right thing that you have based on America's history. So, I can only go by, or I only go by what the tape says. And the tape tell me that ICE is just another extension of the Ku Klux Klan. Same ideology in that they'll say, I'm right until you ask them to get on the microphone and speak what you believe. Then they're more inclined to run and they say, anything I say on this microphone or anything that I say or that I've written about, I can stand up as a man anywhere and say, this is what I believe. I actually don't speak about my ideological differences with the Democratic Party anymore because most people I know think I'm trying to hurt the Democratic Party by asking them to behave like grown-ups. Like even I saw President Obama's response and Michelle Obama's response to the the thing with the apes. To me, what they were saying is, we all right, and we're not coming to help black people, or we're not coming to help no people at all, so y'all have to figure it out on your own. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but when you get through all the words and the we go high as a long-term strategy, what it means is you're on your own and don't expect no help from us.
But he didn't say that, Brother Tyler.
Okay, then you tell me what he said. Again, without all the,
Let me quote King. King said, "The arc of the moral universe bends towards justice."
Yeah, but he also said he feared he integrated his people into a burning building. That was one of the last things he said.
But he also said that if America is going to be saved, it's going to be saved by us. So all of these things can be true at the same time. I heard President Obama say that he thought, and I happen to have the same assessment, basically.
It was a clown show?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, like I told a friend of mine in North Jersey, we know about President Trump in Atlantic City. Nobody can tell us about Trump. In fact,
that's why he wanted to go. That's why he wanted to take you back, because he wants to go back to the '80s when he was living a good life. Yeah, I understand that.
So we know Trump is a clown. We know Trump is a racist. We know Trump is stupid. In fact, his best time was before Steve Hyde and Mark Edis got killed in a helicopter because they ran the day-to-day operations of the Trump casinos, and all he did was come in and talk crazy and cut ribbons and officiate at the boxing match. We know that. Right. We know the history of Donald Trump.
Right.
He was a racist then. He's a racist now.
Right.
The difference is he has power. He was just a businessman. People say, oh, he's a clown. He's this, that, and other. Right. Today, he is the most powerful man in the world today as the president of the United States. Whether we like it or not, he is. And I understand your emotions. And like I said, your emotions are not just you. It's a lot of people who say that people should be on their own. But I would say that if you say that President Obama said people are on their own and figured out, if we take the position that our Hispanic brothers and sisters are on their own because we did our thing, let them figure it out. That's the same position. And I don't think that is the correct position. What I heard President Obama say is that people need to get involved, people need to get engaged, and that people are coming to the conclusion that what President Trump is doing is wrong. And I believe that. I agree with that. I believe, and I say this, and I think that I can be proven right, and I will be proven right, that there are more people in this country that are for what is right than for what's wrong. Now, there's a vocal minority that stands up and shouts and screams about this, about against people of color, against people who are LGBTQ plus, against people who happen to be Muslims. But that's not the majority of the people. That might be the majority of people who are in power now. That's why we need to change that in the midterms.
If we have midterms.
They're going to be midterms.
ICE might have something to say about that.
Well, we'll see. That's why, I'm glad you said that. You gave me an opening. That's why one of the things we're going to do right here in Atlantic City is encourage people to vote by mail in case they try to intimidate people at the polling places. That's why this president is talking about stopping mail-in ballots, which he's never going to be able to do. He's going to try. And that's why you say, do I have faith in America? I have faith in America because this president doesn't have faith in America. He wants to stop or hold up or put his thumb on the midterm elections because he knows that when the midterm elections come, that people who vote in this country are going to vote against Republicans. And he knows when that happens that he's going to be in handcuffs. He knows, when I say handcuffs, politically in handcuffs. He knows,
I hope you're right.
He knows that Representative Al Green from Texas, a lifetime NAACP member.
Who is currently censored.
Yeah, but Al Green has put in articles of impeachment. If the Democrats take over the House, and not even the Senate, if they take over the House, he's going to be impeached again. There's going to be hearings. There's going to be the rule of law that we should have now. And hopefully there'll be some impeachments of some of his officers. His officers, meaning administration, Pam Bondi, the known lady, all these people who have absolutely run amok, and not only against people of color. If you remember, the people in Minnesota who got killed happened to be white people. The nurse, the male nurse, he was white. Right. The lady, Miss Good, I believe her name was, she happened to be white. So what is my point? My point is that right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless of the color. There is no color to wrong, and there's no color to right. If you are right, you are right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Let me say something Elijah Muhammad said. Elijah Muhammad said, if you are right, we're with you. If you're wrong by yourself. So I take that point of philosophy too. People of color, and I said it at the NAACP meeting, and I'll say it again, we need to get involved. We need to get involved. Why? Even though people, and not all Latinos voted for Trump. Some of them did. I don't know if the majority did, but not all of them. Right. Not all Somalians supported Trump. Some of them did, but not all of them.
Right.
Not all Muslims supported Trump. A small minority of them did. Now they have went silent and they went underground. Why? Because in Texas, they're trying to take the charter of masjids. They're suing masjids in Texas because of Islamophobia. They're talking about no Sharia law. Women shouldn't cover their hair in Texas. What does this say? This says to the people who happen to be Muslims, who went astray and thought that Donald Trump would help them, that they made a misjudgment. They should have listened to their brothers and sisters of color who had more experience dealing in this political structure. That's another show. Right. That's another show. But I think if I haven't said anything, back to Reverend Jesse Jackson, if you think that Jesse Jackson was an American hero, I happen to believe that he was. If you think that Jesse Jackson was correct when he said we need a rainbow coalition, which exists now, and I happen to believe he was correct, if you think that it's important to stand up for people who are locked out of power, who are distressed, who are dispossessed, and I think it is, then you should support the movement against ICE, in my opinion.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Light right here on 91.7 WLFR Pomona. Our guest is Kaleem Shabazz. He is the president of the Atlantic City chapter of the NAACP, and very patient as I push back against some of the things that he has said. Here's where we agree. We both want people to be treated right. We both want people to be treated fairly. One thing we disagree on is an immigration law. First of all, well, anyway, this is what I will say. I think the average person who's sitting around his table doesn't want to see ICE running into cars and pulling people out. By the same token, I saw a video today where a gentleman was saying they're putting up, houses in Brooklyn where the estimated rent is going to be like $3,000, and what city worker do you know can afford a $3,000 a month rent? Me personally, to make it about myself, I cannot go into ShopRite without spending $50. It's almost like they charge you $50 to come out of there. I mean, every time I say I'm only going to get X, Y, and Z, no matter what I put down there, it's going to be at least $50. Mm-hmm. And where does it end? And so again, when I think about Reverend Jesse Jackson, mm-hmm. I think if he was, and you would know better than I would though, mm-hmm. but I would like to believe that if he was able, this would be the fight that would be on his mind, as well as the treatment of ICE. And again, other than AOC, some other members of the Democratic Party, Bernie Sanders, I think and I'm not asking you to represent, nobody other than Kaleem Shabazz, but, I maintain they've lost the ability or the inclination, because I think they have the ability. I would like to think they have the ability, because the Republicans fight on several fronts at one time. Mm-hmm. It's foolishness. It's stuff like gender bathrooms and stuff like you know what I mean. So but they can fight 2 or 3 battles at one time. It seems like the Republicans call what the battle is going to be, mm-hmm. and then the Democrats are content to play defense, and that's my personal problem that I have with the Democratic Party in general, the way it's being run right now. Now, I will say this also. The Democratic Party in Atlantic City, mm-hmm. You guys are on the ball. And the way you change the culture in the police department, it's a beautiful thing. For the first time in years, I don't feel. I feel like if I run into a police officer, I'm actually going to get help and don't have to worry about. And trust me, I don't have warrants or anything like that. But yeah. I got to worry about what's going on. And there's some township. Shout out to Stockton Police too. You guys are on the ball. But there's some places right around here where there's one township not far from here. When people ask me for directions, well, now they got GPS, but when people used to ask me for directions, mm-hmm. I used to tell them, drive like you know where you're going, because they're going to stop you if they think something's up. They're going to stop you automatically every time.
I hear you.
So I just wanted to say that. I want to thank you for coming on and taking my light abuse, because I could have came heavier than what I did.
It's always a good challenge to come here, Brother Tyler. I appreciate you. I appreciate your intellect. I appreciate your analysis. And
thank you for letting the people know that I'm not all emotion. You got them thinking I'm, Jimmy Pearson from Good Times or something.
No. I'm saying it's nothing wrong with emotion. I just my point of view is that it's good to have emotions, but we shouldn't let not you in general.
Right.
We shouldn't let our emotional condition or status guide our strategic movement. And I could join the emotion that people didn't vote right, and that's it. But I'm saying that is, in my mind, a strategy that is doomed to failure, because unfortunately, as Nancy Pelosi said, we have a republic if we can hold it. Talking about our form of government, and she was quoting Ben Franklin. Each generation, unfortunately, has to fight a fight for freedom and for advanced rights. So I get it when people say they don't want to get involved to the level that we have historically did. But I would say this, and I would push back. This is Black History Month.
Right.
If the people before us took the same position, we would not be where we are today.
And that's how you win that fight.
Yeah.
That's how you win that fight. Yeah.
So,
that's exactly how you win that fight.
So we got to keep pushing.
Only reason I care now is because of Brother Larry Ham.
Yeah.
No disrespect to you.
Oh yeah.
If I told you this story before, I was covering an event. Yeah. I was covering an event at in Newark, and Larry was sitting down. He was young Larry then. I was younger than him. He was looking, he'd been through. It was a long day, and I was tired myself because it was a long day. And then when it came time to get up to speak and motivate the people and everything like that, Brother Ham was on fire. And I walked up to him afterwards and I said, "Listen, brother, I was through. I was ready to go home. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. But if you can stand up and you a couple doors ahead of me and not be tired, I have no right to say that I'm tired."
Well,
so I definitely hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying.
And here's the, I think, the good part about it. I think Charles Dickens said, "It's the best of times and it's the worst of times." And if we look at what's happening in D.C., it's the worst of times. We have a president who is off the rails. We have a Supreme Court which is giving him a lot of leeway to do some of this crazy stuff. We have a Congress that's non-responsive, but that's the worst of it. I think the best of it is that I see, and I'm not the only one who sees this, I see all over this country a resurgence of activism, a resurgence of people who want to be engaged. I see I associate myself with the Pope's remarks. The Pope said that we should treat people with greater respect in this country. And the Pope happens to be from Chicago. He's an American Pope. I see religious leaders in Minnesota marching together. I see some of the leaders in the Episcopal Church suggesting to their lay leaders across the country and their pastors across the country that they should get involved. I see, as I said, the NAACP filing court cases across the country for voter rights. I see the ACLU doing the same thing. I see the Southern Leadership Organization doing the same thing. I see grassroots organizing all over this country. I see in Philly, they pulled together to take the Parks Commission court overtaking the slave panels down. I see in New York, the LGBTQ plus community organized to fight back against what they were doing in Stonewall. And I see people coming together. So even though this is a bad time, a dark, ominous administration who's carrying out the program of 2025, which they said what they wanted to do, I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I believe that there's going to be midterms. I believe it's going to be a change. And I think it's just incumbent upon everybody to get involved at whatever level they're comfortable in. Get in where you fit in.
I hope you're right. I didn't mean to cut you off, but we only have a few minutes left. Okay. So I want to give you an opportunity to discuss, just a few of the things, like you said before, the dinner and the march and all those things. One more time.
Work backwards. April 25th is a Saturday. please come to our annual Freedom Fund. Our guest speaker, and we are honored to have him, is the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of the State of New Jersey, Dale G. Caldwell, who is the Lieutenant Governor and the Secretary of State, a former university professor, a pastor, a longtime member of the New Brunswick Board of Education. He will be our keynote. That's April 25th, Saturday at 6 o'clock at Hard Rock. Go to the NAACP page and you can get information. March 28th is the No Kings March in Atlantic City. There's going to be several of them. Come to the one in Atlantic City. You'll be hearing more information about that. The second Monday in March, 6 o'clock, is NAACP meeting. We invite you to come. We invite you to join. Membership is only $30. Our meeting starts promptly at 6 o'clock, and we need you. We have work for you to do. The fight for freedom is not over. It continues. And let me just say this, Brother Tyler, I am, again, honored that you would have me on the show. I appreciate you. And when you allow me, I will come back.
Well, we definitely want you to come back. Thank you so much.